Hello and welcome to another installment of Comparative Reasoning. I'm your host, Cedric Kennedy. I'm going to flip on over. And today, we're talking about segregated taxes could be a positive. Now, I know that's going to sound real bad to a lot of people. And I admit, saying it kind of hits me on ear kind of wrong. But I'm going to be straight up with you. The whole point of taxes, even though, I think it's a theft and I think it's wrong. However, when taxed and it's done properly with care and all that other stuff, you know what? It works. Until greed makes it not work. I mean, your taxes that go to the. I did WD-40. Your taxes do go to paying teachers. Officers of brutal law, those who put out fires and rescue, but your taxes also go to the public officials that you elect. Okay? Now, the reason you pay them tax money, the reason they're able to collect it as their own paycheck is because when they go into office, they are no longer working the cash registers. They're no longer working, a garden, a farm, or anything like that. They got to go to work for the people, not work for the job. Oh, wait. I know I probably lost you. That's how it was. My bad. What they've done is found a way to slowly issue in that you pay your taxes, and they go from the outhouse to the big house. And you keep paying them taxes. That's what they've done. That's what in the black community, that's what they call the okie doke. They did that thing right in front of you, under your nose, but yet right in the open. So here's the thing. This is radical. This is going to be radical. See, we, the taxpayers, the U.S. inhabitants, the USI, we're the ones that pay them so that they can do their work. And then we stop paying them so they can go back to work. When you stop working for the people, you go back to work. That's not how it works anymore. They don't have to work. They just go in, argue, sit and do nothing, get paid, and then tell you who to blame. And then say, we're doing our best, but the other side is doing this. Every politician is doing that. Every single one. Democrat or Republican. This is radical what I'm going to get to. I like to give it some time so people can just kind of separate those who will listen from those who just don't have the patience to wait. So, and I'm also giving some history. I'm giving some facts because I got to warm it up anyway. So the problem is these people, when they come in, they're going to sit. That's when you go from a statesman or whatnot to a career politician. We have now career politicians. So we pay them to stay in their career. No one goes to school to be a politician. Nobody does. No one. You become a politician by running for office, winning that office. You become a career politician when that is what you define yourself as. And by all means necessary and unnecessary, you will maintain that position. That's what that is. Let that sink in for a little bit. So, now, I think that sunk in. I'm going to spray this thing again. Now, what's going on is that it's no secret. The cat's out the bag. The problem is we don't care that the cat's out. And we don't care what that cat is doing. Now, I know the original term of that phrase I'm using honestly in reverse. I'm using the point of it in reverse. But the cat is out the bag. So now our politicians, the ones that were public servants that we've made leaders, they are the ones getting paid by big corporations. They're getting paid by those that make money off of old money, off of slave money, off of the backs of people dying. They're getting paid in the hundreds of thousands, sometimes just a few thousand, never the hundreds, but it's always, I think the least paid is like 2,000. I think that's what it was. No. 1,200. That was the lowest that I've seen thus far. 1,200 for any politician to change his or her mind on a vote or to push forward a bill made by the corporation. Tell me, when was the last time a citizen wrote up a bill and then a politician said, I'm going to push this? I mean, you could do the research, go deep dive as all you can, but when did a citizen, okay, a U.S. inhabitant in general, write up a bill and a politician says, I'm going to push this? You see what I'm saying? Credit card companies have gotten bills and deregulations gone forward because they're paying the money. So here's the thing. I want y'all to view this almost through the lens of a jilted lover. Someone that's been cheated on. Someone that's been married, got separated, or divorced, and still got to pay that alimony. Or in a long-term relationship that ended, and then you have to pay their comfort of living wage. They got used to a certain lifestyle. You have to help them keep it up. Yes, that is a thing. So, I want you to see it through those lenses. Now, we are the taxpayers. We're the one that fronts the bill. They do what we say. Then they stop doing what we say to do what they want through their initiative of them being a Republican or a Democrat or a racist, or a God believer. Nothing secular, nothing humanistic, just it's always something selfish and bullshitty. Now listen, that's what we're supposed to do, is give the taxes so they can help the roads and all the infrastructure and things like that. But the thing is, our tax money goes to people getting paid by someone else. So while we're married and in a relationship with these people, they're getting money from somebody else. And they're doing what that person is telling them to do. They're still taking our money. And now that person that we're supposed to be in love with they don't talk to us. They don't listen to us. They don't care about us. But they live with us. They take our food. They take the money out of the bank account. They take the money out of your purse or your wallet. They take the money out of the savings account. They do what they want with it. Don't say thank you. Don't have any appreciation. But then they'll talk to you and everyone else about how great their side piece is. Would you really want to stay in that relationship? I'm just throwing that out there. Would you really want to stay in that relationship? So here's my thing on this. Okay, because when it comes to certain areas of revenge and justice, I almost don't have a limit on trying to exact that. I sometimes don't even have a problem becoming the villain to get my point across. Now, let's be fair about this relationship. It should break up, shouldn't it? I mean, do you want to stay in that? You give them all your money, time, energy, effort. I mean, come on. Y'all seen Waiting to Exhale. Build you up, help you do good, be your secretary, and do all the love and stuff, and you get nothing in return except, bye, we love you. And that's it. You just, say la vie. So why don't we separate this? Now we're at the point where most people are gone, and now who's actually listening is still here. I built it up. Now I can get down to it. Okay. So this is what I think we should do. We need an absolute divorce. We need to segregate our money. But that's what we need to do. Well, now just hear me out, because see, you could be the next politician. That's not going to be a politician. You'll be a statesman. You'll be someone that works for the people. Not to get in. You can be a career statesman so long as you work for the people. Not the wealthy, not the well-to-do. You work directly for the people. The needs must be met. The ills must be healed. If you do not have that in you, then you do not need to be in office by any means necessary. So, we need to segregate our taxes. A third of your tax money is split between the state and Fed. I mean, government in general, in total, gets it. And they get to do whatever they want with it. And you say, well, I get all it back at the end of the year. Tax season, I get it all back. No, you don't. You give out a third of your money throughout your annual time of work. And then tax season, you at best get a third of that back. Go ahead and calculate every single one you've done. I guarantee it. That's how it's going to measure out. It's going to be close. It's going to be 28.2 to 33.4%. It's going to be in that area. In the 90s, the late 90s, early 2000s, mine was calculated at 32.3%, and it's only gone up. And I haven't been working. I can't work. A few people up here know why I can't. They understand it, and I'm appreciative of that. So they don't cast ill judgment on me. However, let's get back on track. So I digress. Since they're going to make money off of this side piece, these wealthy and well-to-do side pieces, then I say our money, the tax money, need no longer go to these politicians or anyone in office. We need to keep our money to us. Kind of. See, the money that is there, let's just do this for the taxes. We lose a third of our tax money. All right. Well, not tax money, but our gross revenue that we make on the check. When it is gross, you lose a third of it. All right. This is how I would do things. You lose 1/3 of your money. That goes to the county, not the state. It has to have a point. Just hear me out. 1/3 of your money goes to the county you're in. That's where it is. Now, that's everyone in that county, registered in that county, living in that county. A third of their money goes to that county or that city or which not. Don't matter. It just go there. Your province, your city, your county, your town, it goes there. That's where 1/3 goes. That's a collective pool. With that collective pool, you can handle, that will judge the payment, equal payments around the board. And I guess this sounds communistic, but if you are forward thinking and you're not a tribe, you're going to listen. So this tests your intelligence. So everything that you're making, 1/3 goes to the area you live, and that is all divided up into all the areas of teaching, any city infrastructure, state aid, facilities, things like that need it. Okay? It goes to anything that's going to give it right back. And all those people that get the money, you know what they do when they get paid, right? They go out and buy stuff, just like you. And since it's doing like that, that's putting money back into that area. That means that the money there gives the ability for other companies that go there, that work there, to give their people a fairer wage. Now, does that mean all the money stays within the county? No. That's why you have a budget to work with. Now, if that budget goes, if that county makes over that budget and that county is doing well, then what goes over goes into a state pool. And this is done like every month. It goes, or it can be done weekly. Honestly, if we got paid weekly, there would be far more money in our pockets, less money for taxes. However, getting paid weekly means you get to pay a little bit more taxes. You just get to keep more money. It is an awesome mathematical thing that happens when you get paid weekly opposed to bi-weekly, or a salary of every month, and some people every 3 months. Very few here in this country, but in other countries, there's every 3 months some people get paid. Some every 6, and some only once a year, so they got a year to make it. I don't know off the top of my head what they are, but I've heard about them in the past. I don't know if they still that way, so I could be going on dated memory. All right, so my bad on that if so. But if all that money pools throughout the state from different counties and cities and whatnot within the state then has a pool. All right. That means that whatever happens to the state, like state emergencies and whatnot, that money can go to help it. That means the people that can have the best ability to help those areas get paid that money. And if there's still a surplus, it just rests. See, our money don't need to go to the politicians, so the politicians don't need to make their $150,000 to $300,000 a year. That stays in the state. They don't get it because they get paid by their side piece. Since the oil companies and pharmaceutical companies want to pay them, and they want to, if they take any money by any means necessary from them, then they are exempt from gaining any taxpayer money. That's the whole point of it. And that means that money that would normally give them that $100,000 to $300,000 a year, that goes right back into the county or the state. It's not that we don't make enough money to do this. It's just that the majority of our money that's being used in taxes are being thrown away into people's pockets and further government greed. You take it from there and you get what you need. You can get the universal health care. You can get state universal health care, county universal health care. You can start up clinics any and everywhere at any given time. So you can start a clinic on your own road, your street. So instead of having to worry about driving an hour somewhere, you can say, look, go here and get seen, get tested, get a checkup. Right there in your neighborhood for a little amount of money. Just go in and look, and it's already being state paid. You don't pay anything. You just go in, get seen, get checked, and they do it because they care. They don't do it because how much money they can get from you. What pills can they push on you? They have a comfortable living. They're there as healers to be healers, not healers to be paid. You see what I'm saying? It'll be a great allocation of finances in order to help everyone else get what they need, get what they want. So segregated taxes could be a positive. I think it's possible. I'm just saying, look, let's make it personal. Me and Cedra, we're together, and let's say, and you know, she's taking care of me. Let's keep it real. She's taking care of me. She's taking care of our daughter. So I live, very minimum. I just want an occasional transformer here and there. Sometimes it's expensive. Sometimes it's not. Actually, once every 2 or 3 months it's expensive. So I don't take much. I really don't. And I usually just snack on small things. So she's doing a superwoman's job at taking care of us and working and writing books. What you see up there, Wildflowers, that's just part one. She's about done with part two. She's working on the epilogue. Now imagine if I had a woman on the side that's giving me more money, but then I keep but instead of me living quote unquote kitty frugal, I'm like, nah, I want all the expensive stuff and I want you to give me any and everything. And she gets online and she's like, everyone, my man is taking all my money and I don't know what to do. I mean, he's taking all my money, doing whatever he wants, but he also got extra money coming in. He's wearing all these designer suits and stuff like that, and he's got designer ice cream. I don't understand what's going on, and everyone is like, he's got a side piece, and that person is really taking care of him. And Cedar's like, all of you would be like, hey, Cedar, you need to get up out of there. And you be cheering her on. You got to leave that man. You can do bad all by yourself. You don't need no man's help. He needs you. Y'all be all over that mess. Have the same standards for you. Now, how does something like this get implemented? If this message got out and the people that are running for political office decide, hey, I like that message. I want to push for that initiative. I want to do an experiment and see how it goes. That's how you get that done. So you vote in those that would actually try it, see how it goes. And you know what? If it doesn't go well, call an audible, cancel it, go right back to the drawing board and figure something else out instead of status quo, keeping it the normal. That's you push forward. That's the idea of it. You push forward. If it don't work, try something different. Maybe it just needs a little tweaking, maybe a little something, or maybe you need to just scrap it and try something completely different. But it's better than keeping the same crap we got that isn't helping us at all, to give so much of our money to a system that gives nothing back. Come on. If I broke into your house and stole all your shit, and then you're pissed, and I say, wait, I ain't a jerk. So I give you a third of your stuff back, and you're like, there's 2/3 still out there in your truck. I'm like, oh, I'm keeping this. And if you do something, if you try to get it back, I'll kill you. Matter of fact, I got people out there that'll kill you anyway. So, I just drive off, and you can't do nothing about it except be mad and complain. Let's change that. Instead of being mad and complain, let's be mad and take action. Vote in the right people. Vote in some straight up progressives. No more establishment. No more of the same old political hacks. We vote in better people to get better results. People that are not apologetic. People that will hold their counterparts' feet to the fire. Those that when they get in, they don't forget the people that put them there. If we have standards, and if we have good, positive, high standards, then that's what we'll vote in, and that's what we'll get a reflection of. What we have now is a reflection of what we are willing to accept and what we have adapted to, and what now we defend to keep going even though we don't like it. We change ourselves, we change the political landscape, we change it forever. We only have to have standards. That's all we have to do. Don't be mad and nod your head when someone gets on their soapbox. Be mad. Think about who you're going to vote for that's actually progressive. Start from there. That is your starting point. I'm just saying you don't have to vote for the old guard in hopes to get a new lifestyle. You need to vote for a new guard to get a new lifestyle. This has been Cedric Kennedy for Comparative Reasoning. Thank you for listening.